So, welcome. Mm, welcome. Hey, everyone. Good evening. Good evening from my end, Texas. It's still the evening here, y'all. So, for wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I think in Liberia it's good morning. It's like one or two, right? Going to two in the morning in Liberia, and in the U.S. we got different times. Some places at 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock. You know. All in all, hello and welcome to the nightly exchange on Liberia Watch News. You can find us on Liberia Watch News on YouTube and Facebook. While you're there, please share the show, comment, like, follow. It's all free, right? So that we will all come here. We're here to talk about Liberia, the good, bad, and the ugly, social, political, economics, and everything. So this space, this community is for all of us. Welcome, non-Liberians, Liberians, but people who want to know about our country, what's going on, and sometimes we talk about the where we find ourselves to the U.S. Right. So it's a space for everyone from whatever you find yourself sitting on the, in our country is so polarized these days. Like it's either this group political and this other political group. Whichever political party you find yourself from, this is a space for you. We come here, we all argue the issue, and at the end of the day, it's all about Liberia. So welcome everyone who are watching us on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for coming. And not lot in the country today, I guess, to talk about. Mostly the noise is all about it. Protest. There are other things that are happening too, but the protests overshadow all of them. So we're gonna talk about some protest news updates and the actors and their demands and stuff. We'll talk about it. And then we'll talk about the IG, some things that happened today with the IG from the videos I was circulating yesterday of police, as we call them, mock exercise that they were doing. I think they went a little bit overboard, and the IG was not having it. We'll talk about that too, and we'll talk about the LRA too. They are making some bold decision, taking some bold steps. So We'll also talk about that. But for now, yeah, that's about it for the night. We hope that you all will have a great show with us and continue to watch us. Right now, I'll bring Emmanuel Zaza is in the back. Let me bring him on so we can get started for the night. And I think we are a little bit late. When we don't even want to be talking about that late anymore till we get it straight. Good evening, Emmanuel. You're muted.
Yeah, thank you, Sis Edme. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, welcome on the show.
You you
Welcome.
you got
And
all the link in the chat room, right?
you send us a link. I seen this one that actually caught my attention that I wanted us to talk about for a social
Okay,
issue
no,
for
okay, that, yeah,
the flooding, the rain, right, that been happening across the United States, and I guess it's everywhere, right, all over in the world. But this
yeah.
year it's been really bad in the U.S. as well. So we just wanted to shed some light on that because sometimes people kind of play politics about stuff like that and don't know that these things are happening everywhere now in the world today.
I'm
So,
currently I'm currently in Morton, Illinois. I was driving out of Kenosha to Morton and at about 4
mm-hmm.
Central Time, and the wind
Hmm.
and the rain was so heavy that all of us have to park by the roadside. You know, so it's like it,
Cause the
it, it happening
cars,
everywhere.
it
Yes,
shake up your car like it's about to,
you couldn't move.
yeah,
Yeah,
like it's
it
about
was
to
too it
sweep
was
you
too
off the
bad.
street. When that
Right.
happens, I get so scared. I be like, Jesus, Jesus,
No,
Jesus, and I be awesome. I'm like, yeah.
it was actually scary. It was scary. You couldn't move. You know,
It
it
happens
was
to me
very
before.
very
I think
scary.
it was sometime last year, the year before that. It was so heavy, and I
Yeah.
was driving a pickup truck, a
Hmm.
Chevy. Imagine, but when I was driving that truck, the wind makes the Chevy felt so light in my
So
hand.
light. Right.
I thought I was about to get thrown off the bridge. And he's the I was like, oh my gosh, Lord have
Yeah.
mercy. I was driving like because I had to get off the bridge. I wanted to get off and come, at least go on a flat
Go.
surface and
Yeah.
stuff and start to move a little bit. So I was kind of, forcing it,
Yeah.
but slow, steadily and slower. But yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
People don't know. So
So
yeah, what's on your mind?
where you are in Texas? It's not flooding there.
No, actually,
What part are
you
you?
would not believe I'm around the Houston area. I'm outside of Houston,
Okay.
but you
Okay.
you would not believe that this heavy flooding that happened, that all of those the whole city were on the water, and those little girls that went on camp all got missing and stuff.
Oh,
I did not know that was
oh
happening.
no.
I didn't know. Some people called and started checking on me, like everything okay. The rain, but it was raining every day, even up to now, like every day. Only today the sun really came up, and it stayed a little longer, and I didn't see the cloud today. But like for straight 2 weeks now, excuse me, it just been rain, 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 and it cloudy. So, but I didn't know it was bad in other parts of
So they,
Texas,
so they
right?
haven't they haven't been phone?
Some a lot of them are from there. They
Dead.
are 8, 9 years or something. Yeah, and I don't know. I wish I
Oh
had a
my
video to
gosh.
play. It was like the ocean, the river rose when the rain came.
Yeah,
It
man.
just the rising of the river just like took over the whole city, and that thing was running like that was the ocean,
Hmm.
and it just took the houses, cars, and everything. There's no way a little 9-year-old 10-year-old could
Oh
survive something like
yeah.
that with debris all in the water, or houses, cars, and something. All they'll be doing is just somewhere all that water taking it and just scared crying for their parents. That's all. They won't know anything about survivors. So I think that's
Yeah.
a lot of them dead. And it was devastating. But I didn't even know about it till when people called to check on me. I'm like, what are you talking about? There's no flood in Texas. I was like, you don't know what's going on in Texas? I'm like, no, what's happening? And when I started watching, I was like, oh my gosh. I said, no, I didn't know. This is not even near me here. So that's why.
Yeah,
That's
man.
how, yeah, it was, but it was just so hard to watch, especially when you have
Yeah.
kids looking at stuff that is just so. But yeah, so this is, and I've seen this, right? But first of all, what's on your mind before we go on this New York one?
Yeah. So you got a New York video. Okay. I can go ahead.
New Year, something is, yeah, but it's not, I mean, the New Year, but I can't upload it right now. You guys just seen it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, jeez, what is that? Oh,
You
what's
getting a
wrong?
call?
Where's my plane?
You're watching school and play.
Where is it? Oh, okay. Jeez, man. Sorry.
No, you
And
okay.
my,
It
yeah,
just transitioning.
my computer is refusing me to let me use it. It just came up by itself playing. Yeah. So, what is actually on my mind is the way we take politics in our country is something else. I don't know. Usually politics supposed to be like um battle of ideas to see who is best for the country, but
Mm-hmm.
the level of honor is no longer like somebody seeking to make the country better. We are only seeking to take on the mantle of leadership. And for the past 23 years, since the end of the war, we haven't seen real progress. People can only see the progress when they're in power, but when they leave from there, they can't see the progress. So for me, that's nothing that hurt me. And the reason I brought up is the issue of the protest.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people who were in power for 12 years, when they left, they started protesting against the people that were there for 6 years. People that just left from there for 6 years, they now again protesting against other people. So I don't understand what is the foundation that you set that the people are trying to destroy for which you are going after them. You know. So for me, that's why actually issue. I just feel that the politics in our country is is hurting us. So that's what
Yeah,
on my mind.
we'll go deep into that. What happened to the New York video? Oh boy, I guess I kind of lost it. Yeah, but it was just a little social issue that I wanted us to start with. Things that are happening in the United States. It's a,
Okay.
the floor just took over the whole city and the beaches and everywhere, filled in water in New York City and everywhere they shut down. I had a story here right now, but I kind of lost it. That's trouble.
You,
But
you,
anyway,
you,
like we're talking about it for the rain these days, like it's been so,
you,
and the same
you,
thing, even though it's not the same exact, the same impact that that Texas have, but kind of like the
you,
same thing. New York is on the water, and that's like the
right.
ocean. God forbid, it shouldn't be the ocean flooding like that. But in Texas, it was the river.
New
The
York,
river.
New York, on the pictures, the video that I saw and which I have is
Mm.
the subway.
Yeah,
The New York subway is built under the city, so all the drainages, I think like they went under that, and the train couldn't open, so people got stuck in the train. That's
yeah.
what I
So
saw.
yeah, so now I got some video here too. Something about it. It's unfortunate that I can't upload it. So more than 50 million Americans across the East Coast were hit with. Oh, this
Wow.
is crazy. Yeah, the cars are on the water and flow overnight. New Jersey, and I think that's New Jersey, New York, and some part of Pennsylvania.
So
Yeah.
I want to ask a question. So if these things happen, if you don't have like your personal insurance or property insurance, does that mean you
Property.
you, you become a loser automatically?
You're in a very bad place if you don't have property insurance. And sometimes in certain places, I think some parts of Texas or Arizona, Alabama, something like that, the insurance companies are very smart. They know how to send money from, but they started going and taking you know that floor something out of the courage of the insurance something that when she
Okay.
in case because they know it been happening a lot.
Hmm.
So they try to take that out of the policy.
Oh, so they took it out of policy.
So if there was the floor, something in your house, your home, or sometimes fire, natural disaster.
Hmm.
So I think something like that when the fire was going in California. So I kind of asked, I said, well, that's a ripoff. That's not right. The government needs to stand up for this. Like this is not right with it. Then what am I paying for insurance for? you know, because these things, insurance, you're paying for those things that you cannot control, those natural disasters and stuff like that.
I think that's the downside of America. Chiefs. Sorry,
Hmm.
my office computer went off. That's the downside of the United States. The government try to do their best to be fair, but the
Hmm.
corporate world is so corrupt.
Right.
It's so corrupt.
Yes. If they give them a chance, they will step over all over the citizens with there because it's just like sometimes you pay for all these insurance like my house here. So the house, the homeowner insurance and something, the roof and everything. We had a low tornado or something here. That was like 2 years ago. So
Hmm.
pieces of the shingle was flying after the whole
Yeah, the wind.
went outside the scene. So we called them to do something up there. They went there. Man, you won't believe what these people said. Yeah,
Hmm.
the roof is a little damage here and there, but that's an old damage.
Okay, so
How am I that it's still a bad weather something, right? Yeah, but it's not the weather condition I just the weather situation I just happened. So how is that supposed to know that I'm supposed to be climbing on top of the roof every time we have a weather storm or tornado to go see if there's no people, because the only reason why we suddenly it was pieces flying around.
we saw something flying, right?
Yeah, so
And we
that's
never,
why we even
and you never felt leakage through the roof, maybe. So you
right.
couldn't tell, right?
So I'm supposed to climb the roof every time we have these tornadoes or winds, whatever, to know the fact that I'm not going up there to set my mother, my mother on the roof to go beat my greater daughter or to go beat my mother or to do anything. If any damage up there is from the
The wind.
from the wind from the tornado, what are that today or yesterday on. So why would you tell me that you cannot take care of that? So these people they are really they're such a rip off. They would take your premium all the time. They would be there day or two before you even know they're taking it. But when it's time to keep that the bargain, they don't want to do it. They would find all the fault in the world. So now they're taking these natural disaster off the policy in certain states and stuff. And I think that's not fair. With all of these that
And
are going on, people are already struggling, right?
if you don't, so maybe they want to compare you to read everything now, because if you don't read, you won't know what happening.
And it's impossible. I think they know. People didn't know about it. It's impossible to read that whole. That's why they make it like that. So they know you're not want to read it. That's why they do it like that, because if you could give it to me to bring it home or leave it with me for a week or so, then maybe we
Hmm.
can have a conversation on that. But if I'm just there for that few hours that I'm there for, you want me to sign something and I'm like, I haven't read it. That I think that's a report. They need to do something with that.
So they did not do your roof. They left it like that.
No, there's nothing like that. I had to it's my own
Wow.
problem. Yeah. And there's a $25,000 to replace the whole something, and you would have to pay
Wow.
like 2% of that, the homeowners. That's the policy. But now they want you to pay the whole thing, talking about because it's not a reason, it's an old damage.
Hmm.
Yeah. So Emmanuel, we'll start with the LRA. I
Okay.
remember when the president whole asset declaration thing, when he championed it, that was going to be something he would do. His government, people that work in his government will do, and he did it. But then certain people were not doing it, and he kind of give them,
Yeah, remember the 400 people,
yeah, that he's
400,
suspended
yeah,
so they
400 plus
can,
is suspended. Yeah, okay.
yeah. But LRA is taking it a little further, right? Because ain't
Okay.
not actually going to say, oh, the head of entities, right? But LRA is taking it a little further and said that every employee of LRA should declare their assets because they are revenue generating agency. So they
Yeah,
should declare all of them should declare their assets, and they will even as they go on, they will even do lifestyle auditing.
audit. Right.
So they drive all, they receive right all. Everybody has to declare, and now as we speak, they say that everyone in that department has already done so. I declare
Yeah,
that.
okay.
So
Yeah, so
yes, so I'm like, okay, this is strange, right? For our country and stuff.
I
How I
don't think
mean,
it is. I
you
don't
don't
think it's
think it
strange.
is? This has happened
No,
before.
no, I don't know if it happened before, but let's just
That's
look
what
at the logic.
that's what I mean when I said strange. That's what I mean because it
Maybe
has.
because you did not hear about it, but let's look at the logic in this. The LRA
Mm-hmm.
is a collecting agency. They go and collect money, right?
Right.
And our country is not digitized.
Mm-hmm.
So I can come to you and say, hey, Amy, you owe $500, even though you owe just $200.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll say you owe $500. Now you give me the $500. I'm not going to report $200. I got $300. And because I went with a driver, I went for a camera person. People have to get in tip, 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 tip. So now they go to your house, your construction site, you're building a house. They kind of say, stop working, pay, and say, okay, how much will pay? The house will pay $400 for the house before you do the work. You get in that $400, they're not going to report like $150 or $100. They take the other one to themselves. So the only way you can get hold of them is you make sure they declare the asset and you make sure you audit them every time. Because somebody who have not handled a 5,000 before and you get them 5,000, my brother, my sister, I mean, there's no way they can hide it. One way or the other, they go do something. The children, the school they send their children to, the cars they start to drive. They take their mother from the village. Now she living in Morovia. The house they were in, they don't want the house again. They want a new house. That alone can tell you that they do something. So for me, LRA, yes.
So
Yes.
that is important. It's like what are you talking about? Is transparency, accountability. Is that's the whole reason behind this whole exercise, and I think it's a good thing, right? The only reason why I
Another
say
thing,
change.
I come here says, I mean, you continue. Another
Mhm.
agency that's supposed to do it too is the LW and that LSW something what Labrador Water LWSC and Labrador Water and Sewer. They do the same thing too. They're supposed to do the same thing to them because they also go on the fee and collect money. It's not digitized.
So instead
LW,
of just doing these, oh, access decoration and lifestyle, all it like you talking about the digitize and stuff like that. Do you think they should focus on that?
right?
Because
For me, in my opinion,
what if someone they after doing all of these asset declaration and everything, what if someone like you said $5,000 in
mhm.
someone's hand and they just decide to leave because they
Yeah,
know that
but
when they go to the to when they go back at the office, there will be question about it and something. But what if they just decide to? There's no social security in Liberia that they can track you to do what you are and doing whatever to arrest you. And
right,
what if they just somebody with huge amount of money and just leave instead of they
just leave.
having like machines and stuff that this person can just go or just from the bank or on from bank to bank, transaction. Why don't they focus on that more to add onto that? Not leave the transparency. I mean, not leave the declaration part out of it, but focus on the digitizing something more.
Yeah, but before we get there, says Amy, before you get there, now you don't have it. You don't have the digital system.
Mm-hmm.
But so because you don't have digital system, does that mean you now go out to collect money? You go and collect money.
You
So
have
in
to.
the meantime, while we're waiting to digitize, we have to hold you to a certain standard. And that is
Mm-hmm.
we have to be monitoring everything you're doing. And the best way we can monitor you is you declare and we audit you after certain time, every time, until it's digital. But for me, what I'm saying, what are you auditing people? Just even they think the people are smart. Like don't know how to steal. I'm
Yes.
telling you this. The moment they say, okay, today, Amy, Emmanuel, and Masakwe, you are the one going to you are the one going to, let's just say you're going to Tottenham. You can collect the money there. I call you. I call Masakwe to the hospital and say, gentlemen, I are going out today. If where we're going, we're going for $400. But we'll tell the person we want $800. And you should all agree. They will have that meeting, they will agree before they leave. So when the three of them comes back, they get their money, nobody will talk about it. And the receipt get in, they move from they will give you a receipt, but when you write another receipt, they got 3-4 receipt books. They do a photocopy of all the receipt books. So they get the money from you, they will give you a receipt. But after they leave for you the receipt, they're going to report. They get a different book that will carry and report.
So what you saying that where they went to collect this money, they
Mm-hmm.
know something about that.
Right. All the time agree. It's a click.
So in this case now, should the government be arresting people like that when they find out something like this?
Yes, that's stealing. They should be arresting them.
Because I don't think there's nothing being. People are just talking about it all the time. I hear people saying it, but they're only holding the people who are working with the government accountable. I think those people who are agreeing with people to do stuff like that, they should also be held accountable. Because they're part of the stealing that is going on. They're enabling whatever wrongdoing that happened. So that's why I was asking you if you think they should be held accountable too.
Right now, if you take a look of everything that is happening in the country,
Mm-hmm.
those that have been suspended, there are people who are on the field. So let's say for instance, meet Mo Ali, who is
Mm-hmm.
the head of water and sewer. So water and sewer send agents in the field. So they
Mm-hmm.
go to the marketplace, go to the store, go to the hotel, go to the factory, go collect the money. Now, if they bring all the money, let's say for instance, and the volume that comes in is $400,
Mm-hmm.
they report it. Now the post order report $400, or they come and report like 200, and the document reflect 400. They're going to hold Mo Ali as responsible
Mm-hmm.
because he is the head of that entity. So when they audit it, they say you are the one who signed the document that you made $200. But according to the record, it's going to be $500. How can you say $200 to say Mo Ali you are the one who steal? Because they expect you that before you send on the field for you to keep an eye on them.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing the LRA boss is doing is that he doesn't want to be trapped. So he's taking it with all the people that are in the office with him.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm talking about? Because if anything happens, they're going to hold LRA boss. The LRA boss and not every other person that is on the field. So LRA boss is now keeping his eye on the floor. So you going out there, before you go there, he makes sure you check your bag, you check your
Mm-hmm.
phone, he checks everything that you're doing, you know, so that when you come back and report $400,
Mm-hmm.
and he reports 400, and time comes tomorrow and say, oh, Mr. LRA boss, it's already 500. You know who to hold. You say, hey, Fambule, what the money? Amy, what the money? Because you're the one you sent on the field. So that's the way you're trying to take the load off his head. That's the way to do it. But you know all the people they are arresting, that they put from I say the Bureau of how you call that thing? Bureau of State Enterprise, right? The head that he arrested. You think
Oh.
it's the man? You think he's the one who going on the field to collect the money? No, he's not the one. But because he is the head, he is the one who is reporting, so he's the one who's going to be held responsible. So a LRA boss is doing the right thing until he reaches to the point where he can digitize it. He's doing the right thing for now. The best thing they can do, in my opinion, let them build an app that everybody who pay money in Liberia, they pay the money through the app on the phone.
Right.
Like that, it doesn't you get a record, but you don't have the physical cash.
You don't have to fit this. Yeah.
That's the
Even
only
here in
way.
the United States, there's certain business area they don't handle physical cash.
You just handle it, right?
You just do the record, or you go. You tell me if they had to pay. I don't. They got a credit card or something, machine and stuff. They don't handle physical cash. Don't do none.
Right.
So all of that is to minimize corruption or stealing or whatever. And that I think with Liberians being so comfortable with the system as it is,
It's hard.
the new changes and stuff that are being put in place, implemented, they really have to be strategic about it. And about this whole handling cash stuff, you cannot leave Kasali with goat.
No.
It's not going to be safe when you come back.
No,
So
it will only help you to keep it in your stomach.
yeah, so you have to find another way to do something to it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's some of them, like you said, because the situation in the country, which that shouldn't be an excuse to steal, right?
Right.
To take what doesn't belong to you. But some people don't have that strong spirit to resist those things when they
No.
see it. So, hello, welcome to the show from the hello, story here, right? When I was in high school, I used to work at this money agency called Brinks Armo. I don't know if you all know about it, Brinks Armo.
Omo, yeah.
So,
I know
I
Omo.
was a teller in the vault, right? In the area that they bring in all the money from different businesses, Target, Walmart, all the businesses, they bring it in there. Now, imagine I'm just in school or graduating, going to college, and I had a job there. The first day I entered that place, Emmanuel, my whole head stood up on my head. I swear to God, I'd never seen so much money in my life.
Right.
My
Hmm.
my my head rose like it was big on my shoulder. I could feel. I was like, "Holy moly! Do they make the money in this place? Like I never seen so much money in my life."
Hmm.
Right? And I was just so my hair stood up on my skin. But that was my first time. But as time went on, after years of me working there, because I stayed there 4 years till my husband joined the military and we had to move. So after years of working there, I got used to every time I came in there, I was touching the money doing it felt like paper to me.
Right.
I got used to it. But my first time walking in there, and people that came in, people got caught stealing all the time.
Right. People
There
are
are
brave.
cameras. Even though there are cameras, there are every move in the uniforms where we're not supposed to have podcasts and all of that on there. People were still finding ways to steal, and they got caught doing it.
Look at that.
Yes, for me, the first time I walked in there, that was the place my whole head, something. But sometimes you in that place, you can get gas in your car. That money is not mine to take to go
It's not
buy
your money.
gas.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So it's
Hmm.
like I'm playing with paper. But not everybody have that spirit that can, resist
Resist
or
it.
to say, oh, this is not mine. So the same thing with Liberia.
Hmm.
People there's something and then you putting no cash in, they're going in the field and then they're taking notes and then you have to find a way to stop that.
Right. Yeah. Keep
So
you off.
yeah,
Keep you off. Yeah.
that's
Family, what's
formula.
up?
Are you there?
Yeah, thank you, man. I've just been listening and just been following.
Okay, so
And
what do you think about the exercise that LRA is implementing, or should I say, going a little step further from what the government is doing? The president is doing, like declaring assets for heads of entities and stuff like that. They're going as far as mandating every employees from the driver to the check writer or whatever, anybody that in that place you have to declare asset, you'll be going on a lifestyle audit and everything. Look,
well,
what?
that's healthy for the entity. And
Mhm,
if it was not because that entity is the sole revenue generating arm of the government,
mhm,
Right.
so every measure to safeguard the taxpayer dollars must be taken. And if it is something that is done in a very good faith, I commend that because we know what happens.
mhm.
Liberia. Look, the corruption that is in the bloodline for Liberian men is so inherent to the extent that uh, people, the first thing they think about once they come to public office is how to get chopping. There's too much of chopping that is spoiling the country. Everybody wants to eat. You sign and accepted an appointment letter, and in your appointment letter they disclose to you exactly what you're going to be taking home. You agree and you say, oh, that the job you want to do. Why not go there with honesty and integrity to discharge your duty and and accept your just pay, but you want to go there and get rich overnight?
Well,
And
that's
we continue to
yeah,
say
like you
it.
said, Famula, like you said, it's chopping. Do you think that they accepted the job, even though I don't like the salary, but I will get chopping when I go there? Don't you think that's the reason why they're accepting whatever thing and signing it?
And that's the reason why it has to stop.
All right.
And that's the
That,
reason
that's
why,
that's 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 what I'm saying. We should introduce the blockchain.
yeah,
Everything digitize everything, so
we
that
will
it
get
as
there.
soon the moment the
We will
moment the
get
moment
there.
the moment the moment formula write $5, I will see it. This Amy will see it. Everybody on the platform will see it. So like that, it has for formula to take out $5 back because the moment you post it there, we all seen it in our
Yeah.
various areas. So any attempt to make any attempt to edit it, I have to approve it. Amy has to approve it. All the other computers have to approve it. We don't have that in the country. So the only way they can do it is just keep money away from the people. In fact, in my opinion, all those who supposed to pay
Let
should all
Famula,
pay to
let
the bank.
Famula, and yeah, let him
So
finish his point. Then we'll come.
From like got something behind, so yeah.
Um,
So I mean, what it is, we can't. They can't tell everybody to just go pay to the bank instead of just go pick up the money and say, "What can you tell people say?" Anybody that gets in the pay, go pay to the bank, bring a receipt.
right. That's
Why?
that that.
Why don't think they can do it the other way around instead of you barring people and everything and this that? Like you just said. Now, if you came to audit me, maybe I not. I came from America. I went there. I show you my
Mhm.
brother house. I sit at my house, and I want to collect money. So when somebody give me 500,000, I can find a way back to America.
Yeah.
Or maybe go sit down somewhere in Arago, even one of those villages in Labrador, you don't even know there's no way to track people. You don't have you don't no way to track people. Family in your case. Sorry.
yeah, so the government, not only the ARA, there
Mhm.
are many sectors of our government that needs reform, you know, to bring us on par with international. And we can watch other countries around us, like what's happening in Ghana, in Sierra
Mhm.
Leone, Nigeria. Um, they are trying as much as possible to digitize, most of the system, because this is when the system is digitized to like how we see in the West, it minimizes the chances that people have to steal,
Right.
because it's easily tracked, and you can track and you can gather information very quick, and you can get a conclusive result. But if things are still on those same flying sheet, fly receipt, and all kind of thing, somebody get a hard drive somewhere. Somebody can get
Yeah.
to the whole hard drive for the entire ministry and carry it somewhere and go sit down with it. They say, "Oh, our RT man get a hard drive." So if it get compromised or something happened to the RT man, the ministry losses the whole database of that ministry for that period of time. So um, I think the reform is okay. People should declare their assets. I know that there is a reason why they're bringing up that policy, because they know why they should. There are some good men, but the bad ones are always
Yeah.
having the bad influence over the good ones. So sometimes some people can go there with honesty to work, but as soon you want to do that, people will start categorizing what you want proof, and you know that people can get rid of you if you try to do what is right, and other people think you become an anti to their chopping. They come for you. They can
They
do
come
anything
after
to get
you. Yeah.
rid of you. So we saw how they have been playing in our country. Liberia is a small country, but it has a deep story of how people get at people. If not physically, they will go, and culturally or spiritually, to abort you out of that plane. They see you to be a complete impediment to their success. So I commend the ministry, the entity. Um, if that works, is try to solve the problem, some of the problem, because all of the problem not going to be solved.
Yeah.
Then we say,
Just so minimize it, I guess.
yeah, so we can make sure we checking on everybody how you might to get, and if you open some kind of quasi account that we're not aware of, and we investigate and you link to you, we'll still find you.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, that's I think I commend them for what they're doing, and I think everyone under this in the administration is trying. I know that for me the thing is biased, but no, we have to be honest. Like you said, we cannot minimize it altogether. I mean, eliminate it altogether, but we can try, right, to minimize it and do other stuff that to discourage other people. That I think this is the norm of the day, the order of the day, right? That you have to be doing these things. Oh, that Libreo, that American thing, that Libreo. No, that statement has got to be trashed by now. It's and doing something like this, make people to know, no, this is not Liberia that you hear. Liberia, you can do the right thing in Liberia too. And I give people the I give people their accolade when they're doing trying to do those things because our country is a mess. Decades, centuries of one old thing being done, and you're trying to introduce something newer. Like you said, formula that will fight you to the teeth. They will try to get rid of you. So just by trying, having the guts to do it, trying to do it, that alone, I give you a credit for that because your heart is in the right place. You just have to be consistent. And this is what I said about, changing things in the country like Liberia. It had to be from the top, the heads, right? A guy under the head cannot be the one to make this policy, to introduce this policy, right? And the head not on board with it. It's going to be a problem. It's going to be fighting like we saw in a drug LDA saga. Something's gonna happen. Somebody will be trying to overstep somebody's boundaries and all of that. So it always has to come from the commander in chief or of that entity to introduce these things and wanting to change that area. And I think that's what is going on and it's commendable. I think we should all kind of like, you know, pray that it works. They be consistent, but I think we should all acknowledge it that what they're doing is they're on the right track here. Uh, yeah, so we move on to our famous protest, right? I said I had too much. I heard.
You say famous.
Well, people are talking about it like it's something like some kind of they have some kind of substance in this, and the people who are something. So since they want to be talking about this, and that's what is being talked about. Whole country for the past. I think yesterday. That's what we're still talking about is on updates and stuff. So my mother coming up. Yesterday we talked about his demands, right? Or the reason why they were protesting. The rule of law. No, let me see. Let me find some of the reasons that he said they were protesting. He was in the community today, by the way, trying to, what would you say, mobilize?
Mm-hmm. Trying to molas.
Yeah. Oh, they are. If video was supposed to be played, but oh gosh. Anyways, he was trying to mobilize today, and then telling the people to contribute to this protest. Right.
Can you cover up your face for a second?
Now, this is okay. He said reason for someone to account for the masses' money. I don't know what money we're looking for. Delayed access declaration. That's one of the reasons, Emmanuel, that mobile money bringing people in the street to protest. President Boykai's private flying. Police brutality. High price of goods and services. Trust rises. Corruption in the land. The audacity. But, they keep talking about. Now, I'm not saying the police have not done some things wrong, right? But the fact that they keep using this King George situation as a peaceful protest, I meant to find the video today, but it just skipped my mind, right? It skipped my mind to find the King George video that we all saw, that they were burning schools, they were burning, offices, looting, and police officer bleeding and stuff, that they were calling a peaceful protest. I don't know if Formula have that video, but I tried to find that video today, and I meant to call Formula or somebody, but it just skipped my mind, children mother. But I really wanted us to play that video because these guys think that people have lost their minds like them and have some kind of forgetting. I don't want to call the word or something because I don't want to use that, something. But they keep bringing this thing up like peaceful protest in King George, peaceful protest in King George. And most of these things that's listed here, what it's done on the, first of all, Emmanuel, what do you see this whole protest? Because I think something came to my mind today. And I think I discovered what is going on here, right? But I just wanted y'all to. I just want to hear from you if y'all maybe if y'all have the same thought as me, then it's a revelation. so, so what do you see? Because you haven't been here, so we've been talking about the whole protest. What is your take? What do you see? What do you think is going on here?
Okay, thank you. You know, I love writing, and I have written several times against the United Party and CDC.
Mm,
I feel like the CDC and United Party are on virgins. So the United Party gets there, they want to do what CDC did to them. The CDC gets there, they want to do what United Party did to them.
and that's disgusting.
So some of the things they do, some of them lack substance. But let me make this clear. There is something called right. And right has two sides.
Mm,
I can have the right to go, and I also have the right not to go.
right.
Those who want to protest, it is their right. Those who don't want to protest, it's also their right.
Mm,
And that's where the authority has to act. So the authority has to act so that those who want to protest enjoy their protest peaceably. Those who don't want to protest enjoy their moving about peaceably.
mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So I support people protesting, whether it's against me or it's for me, whether I like it, I don't like it, then I go ahead. Because there will come a time I want to do it too. And
Mm-hmm.
people may not like it. So for us to live together, to the one the English men call coexist,
Mm-hmm.
is that what they want to do, let them go ahead and do it. Whether it makes sense, it doesn't make sense, let them do it. Because the thing here is they say, oh, it doesn't make sense, they shouldn't do it, now then you become the bad government. You understand what I'm saying? So as the government, if you want to enjoy your going about, work with the people, let them do whatever they want to do. Make sure they do it within the confines of the law. You too, make sure you guard in the confines of the law and you move about. So I support the protest. I am not saying I'll be part of the protest. I'm not saying I send any money to the protest. I'm not saying I'm encouraging people to go to the protest. But anybody who wants to protest, it is your right. Anybody who don't want to protest, it is your right. The government also has the right
Mm-hmm.
to instill law and order. And where
Absolutely.
the law and order comes in is that if they say go through Jalata, you say no, I don't go Jalata. I couldn't write the executive mansion. You say don't go there. That's where the problem can come from. So if you protest, for me, the way I see a protest, it shouldn't be against individual. It should be against the policy. So let's say President Boakai had a policy that says on Sunday, everybody must follow the way. You don't say the Liberian way. And that's the policy you don't like. So, oh no, President, change that
How
policy.
dare you tell me to swallow the money, my heart? Are you giving me the money?
But let me tell you, 2012, right? I was here in the States and I was listening to one radio station. I used to be listening to one radio station. I was working to one lab overnight.
Mm.
You used to take it a rat. Get the where they used to do them for experiment. So you go take out the rat, face the bear, rat and all can face rat bear for a little later. So I'll go one night, I can be this. So listen to this article, and the government in Great Britain was saying people shouldn't smoke in their car, their own cars. The law in the parliament, they were debating it. So people were saying, but you did not buy my car, I bought my own car. And you said I shouldn't smoke in my car. Now the point I'm saying is that if that policy is something that President Boakai introduced,
infringing on your rights,
and you don't like it, you protest against that policy. But in Liberia, the issue about our protest, we don't protest against policy, but we protest against government. We protest against the president. We protest against the police. Then for me, the word protest become an issue. But if you have policy issue, you want to protest against the policy that they must change it, go ahead.
right.
But if you think you're going to protest against Boakai that you should move from there, protest cannot change president. It can happen in other countries. It can happen in other countries, but we are not reached at that level. So if that is the case, then I don't support it. But if you say because of this, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like the president, we don't like it, go talk about it, go ahead. The government should guide them to go ahead. That's how I see it. That's my position. Thank you.
So before that, let's just say, oh, my Ruth says she's watching from the hospital. Her son Edwin who is in. Oh Lord, we are so sorry, my Ruth. We pray that your son has have a
Right.
speedy recovery. My Ruth is one of our very supportive of number. Should I add a number to it? One of our other followers, and she's always look from the hospital instead of her paying attention to us. So she decided to follow us. We're here. We're praying for him, Maru.
Yeah,
We pray that
wishing the best.
he has a speedy recovery.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah. So family.
Look, I mean, I just the social media get all busy and so distracted.
Give the people on here your attention right now. Let's
Yeah,
go to social media.
I'm trying to remain focused, but every time I look on my second monitors, I'll be seeing a lot of stuff. I just want to let you know that your best friend that you've been asking for arrived in Liberia today for your best friend. And don't give me that looking.
My best friend?
Your best friend you've been asking for. Your fellow co-panelists on the spoon talk.
Well, Sister Comrade?
Comrade arrived in Liberia for the
Sister
protest
Comrade
tomorrow.
is in Liberia?
I send you the video on your WhatsApp so you can look at your comrade
No
giving speech.
way.
Is that Josh?
No, it was this girl that is.
I want Alita. I don't know her last name.
Oh, Alita? Oh,
Yeah, you know
Alita Bang.
Now you know her, bang. Now,
Yeah,
That
that's right.
protest is gonna be protesting.
yeah, she said she
So
came to
she has to
Liberia.
go.
Yeah, she went to
Sorry,
Liberia
man. Sorry
to
for,
call Mr.
I'm sorry for interrupting you, brother. Sorry, I don't
Yeah,
want
so
to
she
understand.
are currently now in Liberia to call Mr. Bwaka to order.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus is Lord.
That's welcoming. You know, it's good to be back home to Liberia, a free place, a land of the free blacks, so she can come home anytime. But let she bear in mind that her being in Liberia first honor the protection and jurisdiction of the Liberian government, and that's why the government will ensure that she's protected and until she gets back. It's just unfortunate that those boys then who are around her don't have the privilege and the thing that she enjoy in America or American passport tight in her back. They standing around her. They don't even have citizen ID card. They already complaining, and now they making it to look as if she has come to I don't know what exactly she's going to do with the revolution tomorrow.
They want free citizen ID card. How they expect it to be printed? How they go buy the ink?
No, that government will do it for them. They'll forget that one. But we continue to say it. The Constitution gives every Liberian the right to assemble peacefully and to petition your government, and you should do that in a civil manner. And we are hopeful that the fragile peace that we've enjoyed over the years, we should all have our eyes on it. We know that protest always has two sides, almost like the coin. And there are too many motives. Too many people have their own motives for why they want to be in the protest. And the only thing that drew so far from many of the conferences, the press conferences and releases we are seeing now on the social media, many of the people that though are leaders, those people who claim to be the head of the protest, they surround themselves with too many disadvantaged youth. Many of the boys around them, they don't look okay. And imagine that I just saw the lead chairman for the protest, Mr. Molu, asking protesters, his supporters to stand outside in the rain and be chanting battle cry while he inside having meetings with man. Sometimes I don't know how people can read it. And those young men were there healing it. Why would you think that it is okay if you are not drunk or intoxicated, if you are not stoned on something, for you to stay in the ring and the leader say you'll be inside having meetings?
I tell the leaders supposed to be
No. Oh yeah.
in the front.
No, he said they should stand outside and be chanting battle cry. Enough is enough. While he's inside having meeting.
Steady in the ring.
And when you see, the thing is so comical that he's standing before his gate. He said, "You are standing before my gate." And you see the high fence. The fence that none of them able to even see what is in his gate. What is beyond that gate. And they're thinking that those kind of people are in their interest. I can simply say to most of my young brothers, I say, never put your life on the line for people who have not proven to you that they are one of you. It should not be because they want to tell people, because I already told you yesterday and I kept saying it. Molu is trying to do this unnecessary chest beating, trying to tell the government that Molu is still around. The Molu of the CDC that resigned from the CDC and later on go back. I don't know whether it was their strategy. Say, oh, I will resign. Go sit down somewhere.
I just told you. I said,
going to resign.
Up is a revelation. That's exactly what I was talking about. Go ahead.
So it was a strategy to say, oh, I'm going to resign at the end to make it look as if I am, Mr. Weah has a problem. And then I'll go in civil society. Then in the end, I'll raise up the laser.
That's exactly
it. Then in the end, all the auxiliary group, because all the people that endorse the protest are all auxiliary group of CDC. All of them will, because look at the protest, Emmanuel. We know protests in Liberia. Any protest that leads to SOUP and other organizations that we know in Liberia do not endorse. If you already know that kind of a protest, how it's going to end. So that protest is almost what we call death upon arrival. Because those are the biggest group, student grouping. So if those people look at the whole protest and say, oh my man, we're not going to stand behind somebody who passing around wearing thousands of gold chain, having too many color pigmentation, his knuckles are getting black and blue, and we're not going to go stand for that kind of thing. And let me tell you, tomorrow, the police have already organized, the joint security already organized. They will tell them where to go assemble. They will assemble there, and who's supposed to come receive that petition to receive that petition. And they shouldn't think that the protest the police going to say, oh, go sit down here or I'll be. No, nobody going behind you. Tomorrow you say you go, you come back. I get pissed off for the people there who today they think that the only thing they can get them, because most of the guys I see, they think that they get them something to go smoke. When you go smoke, you get stoned. When you can't, and you go, you cross the red line, and the batu can, the batu, like it can take the thing from in your elbow.
I think the pepper spray second one, they smoke.
Pepper spray, I ain't going to use pepper spray. When you get close to that batu now, then you know that the thing that in your body.
Tear gas. I think I can clear it.
It's my tear gas. Sometimes they say they get potato green, they can't have. Prayer bamboo. She get a little. Yeah, but I mean,
it's funny.
We wish them all the best. That's all we can say.
This no comment. No comment.
It's funny you said that, because I too, that's what came to mind today when I seen all these CDC, people. Something I said, was this these people's strategy to act like, because if Mama Molu has resigned from the CDC, right? According to them, why will all these CDC group be endorsing this protest? It doesn't make any sense. It's just a cover up. I think that's what it was, to say, oh, everything they keep doing that, oh, because they happen to And they did it to Weah, and they did the president Weah, who would do it to them to that, a monkey see monkey do thing that they keep talking about instead of worrying about Liberia being better. And they did the president Weah, who would do it to them too. And they did. That's what I came about. I said, this is one of that strategy. Mother Modu did not resign from the CDC. They're just trying to make it look like, CDC were not being, CDC did not something this protest. But we know they are, because everything about that protest is CDC. That's the strategy they're trying to use. But some people are too smart to something for that those games that they're playing. And there's no way, right? So like you were talking about President Boakai, these people are demanding that President Boakai should be the one to accept the petition. Now, Mr. Emmanuel Zaza,
Yeah.
do you think, like in the US here, right? Our US president don't, like, what was it? We don't negotiate with terrorists, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying they are not citizens, they don't have the right to protest, they don't have this, but the president is also, people who protest him have that right to tell him where he can go, where is secure for him to be, and where is not secure.
Right.
So, from the way you are not coming us, expressing your grievances, saying that this is what, you are going above tradition, above everything, insulting this man that can be your grandfather, saying all sort of threats, which we all know is empty threats, but he's his president. Those people's jobs is, is to protect him. They have the right to what he can be and what not to be. Do you think, after all this thing and the way he going about his utterance and everything, do you think that they can demand that the president be the one to meet with them, or the president has the right to say he's not meeting with them? He can send a delegate together and he can listen to us, but to meet them face to face, is there anything wrong with that if the president team don't want him to meet with them?
I said it here earlier.
Mm-hmm.
If, like I said on the show, let's say for instance, you have a policy that says if you come on the show here, don't speak dialect.
Mm-hmm.
When I don't like it, I can say, no, for me, I feel like I should speak dialect so people will hear me. Now, what I'm saying right now, it doesn't mean I'm against you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only against what you say, and I think it's not right. But if I came on the show and say, no, Amy, leave the show because you do that, and not speaking to why I want you to move, or you shouldn't even talk, there is not protest. You understand what I'm saying? Because protest is to change a thing, not to change the person. So if you say, because you have a petition for the government, and only the president should come to receive it, for me, I don't know. I don't think you want to, because it happened CDC time, right? I think, was it June 7th or whatever, and they said, no, the president should come and receive the petition. And the justice minister at the time, Musa Dean, went there. Musa Dean and the commerce minister at the time, how do we call his name? Wilson. The two of them went there. Yeah, the two of them wanted to receive the petition. People said no. I think it was the former chairman of Unity Party, Wilmot Pate, and now was the Minister of Mines. Wilmot Pate said no. You have two options. Two demand: free the people that are being arrested, and then the president will come and will speak to him. And the people said no. The government is represented by the people, deal with the government. And I think at the end of the day, they deal with it first before want to receive it. Now, the point I'm saying here, if you go to a point where you say you don't want to see the president, that alone, it does to me. It's like you just want to agitate, you want to cause problem, so that when the government, I see the government is brutal, the government is against protester. The government has president. The president has a vice president. You have the minister of state. You have minister of foreign affairs. You can name all the ministers, about 19 ministers we got.
Mm-hmm.
Any of the ministers in the government can represent the executive. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If the president sends anybody, the president represents the government. So let's go the other way around. If they having UN gathering in the United States, and President Boakai is in a position to come.
He
President
can
Boakai can
Yeah.
send the vice president. He can send whoever that he think is in a position to represent. He can send a foreign minister. And once that person comes with the authority from the president, that person is Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
We all know during early time, President Boakai represented Liberia and spoke for Liberia as Liberia. So tomorrow, if anybody comes and say, hey, you know what? The justice minister will receive the document, or the minister of state will receive the document, or we want the head of the committee on executive at the House of Representatives to receive the document. Whoever is designated by the government, in my opinion, they should give it to the person.
Thank you.
Yeah, because the thing is, even the other way you can do it. You say this the president. Say the president is not coming. You say okay, since the president is not coming, the person will give it to. Without trust the president. The another way you can do it is you can read a petition before you give it to the person. Say okay, we'll read our petition. Let it record because there will be radio stations, there will be newspapers, there will be television stations. So what you do, read your petition and go to whenever the government sends. For me, that's how I see it. I may be wrong, but I think that's the way it should be. Yeah.
Pamela, do you think Mr. Zaza already put it, do you think the government or the security agency has the right to protect the president and stop him from meeting with people who they feel has had disrespected the presidency, the office, and the president itself? I mean, same question I put to Mr. Emmanuel. Do you think they have the right to do that, or people will say, "Oh, he's their president. He have to." People have to talk. People have to because like people they're so I don't know. When they say people get rights, they don't know where their right stops and where it ends. So, enlighten me on this as well. I want to hear your thought on it.
Look, Amy, when I heard those guys saying that they are demanding or they are insisting that Mr. Boakai should come and get that petition, I just say this is just sheer ignorance and complete stupidity. Who are you to tell the president to come to you and get petition from you? Who are you? And more besides, all of the counts that you have, is not something that is strange to the government. These are problems that have already been in existence in the government, and many other media institutions have said it over and over about conditioning the country, and the government is working seriously to address them. But if somebody just want to come and show that they stay around, so they went and organized a protest that in the end they started begging people for money to support their protest. Me, I know these are reckless political fortune hustlers. That's how we refer to them.
So with that formula, this is one of the things that the people suffering. They don't have money. They don't have something. And at this time, you're asking them to put a print T-shirt and wear it and come support protests. Isn't that kind of contradicting your whole claim about people suffering?
Look, it's not the issue about suffering in Liberia. It goes far beyond. You cannot tell us that the people suffering as if you left them in riches and glory.
That's
Yeah.
that's what I said. I wanted to see a contrast, compare, and contrast.
Yeah, I mean, you left them with mountains of and riches and things that you can't believe that in just 1 year, 6 months already they have depleted that.
Mm-hmm.
Look, we continue to say it. The problem in Liberia is artificial. The suffering is artificial. Can President
So
Boakai?
from what we are saying here with some of the demands, saying that access declaration, right? That's what Mobile Modi said. One of the demand of the delay of asset declaration. And one of his, I guess, one of the CDC supporters today, or who was working in government 1.5 years ago. I think they met with him and they were asking this question. So listen, I couldn't upload a video.
We are discussing now.
Oh, the one
Hold
he
on.
said is immaterial.
Yeah, hold on. So
Related,
they asked him about this thing that he's protesting for. Because
That's
as the
illegal.
people always says in Liberia, he who comes with equity, I don't know, clean hand or whatever, she comes with clean hand or whatever.
Yeah, he who
So
teaches
if
equity
you
must come with clean hands.
are asking me to do, or you say you holding somebody accountable for doing something wrong, that means you did it right and you trying to hold the person accountable, right? So that's why they were asking. I mean, say, hold on. I don't know. Let me try. I'm trying to start it from the beginning. Oh no, come on.
we are discussing.
Now listen.
So, listen, your question is immaterial. We are discussing now, and you still discussing the past. It's belated, now not belated. So, listen, your question is immaterial. We are discussing now.
The man never had asset. Why would he declare?
It's belated, now not belated.
No, but the thing is, it doesn't matter if you have access or not. You know what they always laugh at Senator Dillon? He had $1 when he came to office. Senator Dillon, they have. It doesn't matter what you have. Formula.
No,
You're
I was
supposed
just
to
saying that
declare.
sarcastically. I know that man I get nothing. I don't say had nothing. So and more besides, the way President we are supposed to do it, those guys became rich overnight. Those boys became rich overnight because nothing else. That man was the minister for research and extended services at the Ministry of Agriculture. For research,
What?
go there and go ask what they did at Carrie, what exactly they did over there. Let me show you one journal or one research paper that he worked on, apart from waking up over there and wearing military paraphernalia and going on CDC party headquarters and raising unnecessary battle cry. That's all.
So this is why Formula when we talk about when people come in and say, in the name of rescue, you can't the rescue, you can't the rescue. These are some of the rescue that we were talking about. Putting people like these, young people like this. I'm not saying it's wrong to give young people jobs, right? But young people who know what they are doing. You understand what I'm saying? Not because somebody was shouting battle cry for you during election time, so you think you just in a important area like that, you just take somebody who don't know what they're doing, who doesn't even know anything about research. You take them, you put it just in the name of I give young people job, I empower young people. No, you're destroying the country. You're not doing the country any something. The best you could have done for these young people is to let them go to school. Send them for scholarship, put them on scholarship, send them to school, let them go in better, let them go better their lives and something and learn wherever they were something. And then when they come back, you can put them in those areas. But they know nothing about it. The country already we are already in a reverse mode. And then you go tell people and put in there who don't know anything about that. This is how the CDC was running the country. Jefferson Kochi. Don't know anything about majoring a big city like Monrovia, for goodness sake. Look how the city was looking. Did I say Jefferson Kochi not supposed to be something? I said, no, if he knows what he was doing, yeah, he can be in that position. But if you don't know what you're doing, why should they put you in a place like that? Because they want to reward you for your battle cry or for your whatever. Now this is what we call. This is what we wanted the President Walker to rescue Liberia from these people, from people like that, from those things that were happening. Now it's time for him to fix it. So when they come here and talk about, oh, things are doing it, prices are doing it, in the name of you cannot rescue the people. Liberia has already been rescued from the madness that was going on, and y'all according to running the country. That's what we were talking about. This guy standing here today demanding asset recovery something. Did you do all of this? That's what I said. I wanted a complete compare and contrast in Mobile Money list of things that you were talking about. What was better then? Like you said, they said, oh, people are suffering. Okay, JFK don't have beds. People are sitting on the floor. Okay, did you leave 50 beds in JFK? And in 1 year, 1.5 years time, President Walker came and what? Did he burn those beds? Did he throw them out? Now, we're not saying he shouldn't fix it because you didn't do it. No, that's not what we're saying. But if you're not giving him the chance to do that, as if you left part of money there for him to come and do this thing, as if you didn't leave the country in debt, that he had to pay those debts, and he had to do other things before he started doing those things, then it's useless. What are you talking about? What can you show? What did you do? That's what the people are asking here. Did you declare your assets? You talk about, oh, your question is, we talking about the future, you talking about the past. No, well, our future comes from the past. You can't be demanding something in the future. In the present, the past wasn't that long ago. So if you asking somebody, if you holding somebody accountable for something that you didn't do, shame on you. Who are you to even stand up to be the face of that argument? This is what we're talking about. But anyways, yeah, from this, from there was a video, the mock exercise that the police were doing, that CDC got nervous, said they were trying to do something peaceful protest and trying to, intimidate and stuff like these.
That's about the training we're talking about. See what the police are doing here at national headquarters here. And they are getting ready for the protest on the 17th of
So I did not see that part of the video. This is what we saw yesterday.
Bullshit. You got woman. Bullshit. You got number. Bullshit. You got people. Bullshit. You got city. Bullshit. You got too much. Bullshit. 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 You got woman. 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 Bullshit. 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 Bullshit.
So that's what we saw yesterday. Now, I don't endorse the song, but I tell you, I didn't think the action was kind of, bad. So when I saw this one today that we just showed.
That's about the training we're talking about. See what the police are doing here at national headquarters here. And they are getting ready for the protest on the 17th of
What a disgrace. What was she thinking from the rest of them? When I saw this video today, I was like, nah, that is unprofessional. Like,
well, yeah, we can tell me to be unprofessional. And I guess the IG, I read a report that came out that she was dismissed.
Okay, here.
You got children at home? You married? Were you the one in the field? Oh, yes. How old are your children? 19 and 17. Yeah. And how do you think they will feel when they see a video of their mother, like the one that went out yesterday? Were you the one in that video?
Yes, sir.
How forget about the integrity of the institution. But how do you think a 19-year-old or a 17-year-old will feel if they see a video of their mother displaying an attitude of such? How do you think about that first? Since maybe you don't care about the integrity of the institution, think about that first. How do you think they will feel? You got children? You have a child? Yeah. So you just decide that you will just pump even the concrete. And that's the image I want to send out there. Do you know the work we put behind the scenes to try to change the image of this institution? The work we put behind the scenes to address issues of sexual and gender-based violence and sexual harassment in the workplace? When you do these things, you create that image. It makes the officer feel that it's okay to even come back and bring the same attitude here. And this is not what we're trying to display to the public. The message we're sending out there is not representative of the actions of every last one of you. I mean, why would you even think it's okay to put up a display of such? Why? You heard here the other day when they had this song that was going around. I had to intervene back and forth, even though we protected the right of the how do you call the thing, the artists, because we said we wanted to try to interfere with the creativity, but we did speak to the kind of language that we were referencing. What made us so different for the song that we're talking about? You you get no other song there or another take it and how do you call it? Is that how you want your security to be represented?
No, sir.
From where the fire service?
From the fire service.
You know no other training song?
There's so many training songs.
But why you believe that was the best song that you could choose?
Usually when we come to basement for rehearsal, we outside. We sing songs that are meant for outside. But when we come back on the basement, sometimes to get the men attention.
Okay, so listen, if that's what you're used to do, you don't do it under my watch. Listen, if you don't do it under my watch, if that's what you used to do here before, it can never ever happen here. You are automatically off this mission completely. I will send a letter behind you to your administration. If the truth now is going to you, that's not about another person. You follow. Excuse the room. Excuse the room. And Mary boss, you will go home, you have all the time to home as much as you want home. And that goes to you as well. And this message will be clear to the rest of the other folks. Mr. PSG commander, former police unit commander, this is not our message. This is not a representation of the Liberia National Police that we expect to see. That's not, I mean, we can't be out there trying to send a message of professionalizing the service, and then all of a sudden, the next thing we're sending a complete message that is okay, that our officers can send a representation that we just want to home. What does it say? What does it say? I mean, it's totally counterproductive to everything we're working on. Yesterday, we signed memorandum of understanding with university to professionalize the service. Today, the officers out there, ready for protest. So what message you even sending to the citizenry? And it's okay for now that we've given a program to even spin our own intervention. We say we're coming out to be peaceful, to protect their rights. Is it the warrior mentality that we want to set out there? No. I've been speaking back and forth that it has to change. It has to be the guardianship mentality and not that of the warrior. What you're saying out there is warrior mentality, and that's not that's not the representation I expect for tomorrow. Or not even just tomorrow, or beyond. As long as we're here, this service has to change. It has to be representative of protecting the rights of the people. Mr. Chief of Professionals telling these people attend what to you, and you better have a result from me before the end of the day, recommending administrative action for them. You two put the excuse from this mission completely. And I will have wanted to do a statement to the public, making sure that this thing is corrected. Let the public know that this is not what we stand for here. And an immediate action will be taken against them. You can go home. Let them go home as much as they want to go home.
So, Family.
Well, the message was clear, and it's always about precedent, and any kind of a business where the vices against the police is always negative.
Negative.
You know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday they were called state police. Today they are called state police, and every other time they are regime police. So I don't know how people want to. The police work for the state, so when you call them regime police, it's up to you. Because when you were in power, couple of years ago, or 6 months ago, you had the same police. In fact, your security service broke most of the laws. Some of them, it is prohibited for police to even wear party paraphernalia. You saw SSS men wearing, your outfit and other things, and we saw all of that. So those people are just the same. They did not change. Government changed, but some of them stay around. The police had to. The security network have to reevaluate and check them on it and take some of them out, because it's normal. Because some security guys, they were solely just recruited to be party security. So
what did you think about the IG actions towards these people?
I already told you that's precedent. He said precedent. Make sure that, he said, I kept telling you, this IG is a 21st century IG. Trying to do a reform of the police. That's the reason why he said all the work we put in to make sure we get the police a different name. We are doing everything so that we can rebrand the police. And all the things that people saying out there about us, but yet we're still fighting to get us.
Do you think these people excitement? They were so excited and it got the best of them that they will be here.
But that you can't blame them too. And sometimes the IG you have to look at the there's a hormones they call the feel good hormones. On kind of situation like that, you have adrenaline, going through your blood. It will make you, make some people feel out of bound. Sometimes you will do things that you not expect yourself to do. So a part of the the assignment was just unfortunate that the gesture shows some form of
I think yesterday, to add on to that, when I heard the song, I was like, what kind of song is this? I don't approve this other message, but I approve the action. I felt like they were happing themselves up to, to get ready for this mission and stuff, whatever thing they are hearing to show, I guess that's their way of showing strength or whatever. But I did not see this video till today. I'm like, oh no, sister, like, I thought she let the assignment get the best of her, and I don't think they should be dismissed though. I think they should be suspended. Like he told the fire service guy, like, I think that's the one I was raising the song, right? To get them off the mission, suspended for a while, and because they should have some kind of warning. I don't think they should just dismiss them like that. But yeah, they're.
Yeah, I hope they should give them warnings as always. You have to give them first warning and send out a message out there like you have said it, and make sure that the next time it happens, then they should have some conference. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So we hope that this decision, you can take them off the mission. For the protest tomorrow, and but make sure that you give them a second chance, because it's just normal that sometimes people do things, and it was very impulsive on their part for them to have allow the overzealousness of their stance to reach into that level. So I don't see the gesture towards each other. I saw her doing her breaking her back. In fact, when you go to the gymming session, you can gym like that. I've seen people in the gym gymming like that. And,
but this wasn't a gymming session.
I know now, but she was doing a little gymnastic too now. That
is not gymnastics. She was humping the floor. She was humping the floor. She was on the floor.
In case you were training her lower back.
Oh, come on.
She was training her lower back.
As a police officer, what she was doing was out of line. She showing to the public It was a little. I mean, in that
Especially,
play, in that little, if it's indoor, like in that gym, they're doing stuff, they're playing around. That's up to them. But
yeah, I mean,
showing to the public is not a. It
oh
doesn't
yeah,
show
and
any
the way the
professional.
public is a gullible public. The public is waiting for every little thing to stick.
And you saw these people coming out yesterday had the narrative change. Oh, they say what was it, John 35? What was it? The Bible verse again? My mother said, "Amen." They were going to
John
spill
11,
blood.
25, Jesus wept.
There you go. When they have a whole lot of spin on these things and stuff, so these people are out there looking for things to spin, to pull a spin on. You don't like you said, you don't want to give them that, you don't want to arm them in doing those things that they already plan to do. Their plan here is to make the government look bad. They want to make the police, like you said, they always being called police regime police. They're trying to make them to look bad. So they're looking for every angle, every loophole to do that. So you're not supposed to, as a police, as all security, whatever, a part, you sort of show professionalism, so that the public will see all of these things. Like I said, thank you, Thomas, for trying to look for the King George video, but please keep looking for it. Maybe tomorrow you might find it, so we got want to show the peaceful people. They just think people lost their memories and stuff about the King George, so we can play it on here so people can see this peaceful protest that they keep referencing that police did something wrong. Yeah, so that was it. I think he his call was right, but I hope it doesn't lead to dismissal. I just think suspension would be good. He take them off the mission that they're so hyper for, and have them suspended for a few days, and set an example for everybody to know that you have to be professional. You have to be in the police and dress properly and be something. I don't know if they're riot police or whatever, but either way, you always have to show professionalism, and it was a little awkward. I should admit, but from there with that, I think I'm gonna put the numbers up in case anybody wants to call to make that point on this topic, and then after that we'll do our closing on it. So. Call the number is 267-586-5479. And the police, all of these actions, this police, I think they're kind of hyper too, because these guys are going out there to protest. And then you have somebody calling that said to what, UPC or P2, what does that come from? They're trying to do counter protest, which is stupid. And I'm glad that the Unity Party stopped, they spoke against that. Even though some of what they're saying is right, but you don't have to go out there and cause chaos, saying you can't protesting. No, let these people do their thing. Whatever they're looking for, whatever they're looking for, don't try to give it to them. I think these.
No, Madu was here when Peter Waters' student was flogged and beaten on live camera. What did he say? He was the chairman of the ruling party. Madu was here when the auditor was killed. What did Madu say? Madu was here when he spoke and said that almost all of the drugs given to females, the females were being abused, exploited sexually by the president, the former president of the Republic of Liberia. When push came to shove, that element of reaction, Amina Silicon Rascal came out to say it was actually a legal talk. So you think that kind of element will take it serious? No. All he tries to do is to exploit the young people again and to come back to the spotlight and enjoy his position of privilege. We don't take that nonsense for anybody. We gotta be clear. There is a country.
Yeah, so the police also, all of these things they are trying to train and protect, and try to stop all of this. So I think they were just a little overexcited. But we got a caller on the line. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yes, so thank you. My name is Thomas Cohen, and I call you from Liberia.
Welcome, Thomas.
So thanks for the show and family. Yeah, so I've been following the discussions, different discussion topics, and just want to lay my thoughts. So starting with the King George, incident that these guys are using today, that even during their time, the incident they can enjoy rather, was no match to some of the things that happened during that time. And today they cannot even retrospect on what happened during the past 6 years.
Do you think?
So when
Go ahead.
So when we saw the King Just incident, we criticized on all platforms, and we gave our thoughts and our views about how the police went on and even fired live bullets, beat on people. We said that it was wrong. But then when we saw the second phase of what actually went on, because
Absolutely.
when that was happening, right, when that was happening, there was a police journalist that was doing recording. So when that video started to circulate, where we saw citizens beating on police officers, citizens burning down the police station, the only police station I was there, and the police barrack, looting. Other private, other government or institution like the hospital. Then we had a second thought, but then this was not called for. This was not called for. And one thing I always said to myself, you as a civilian, whenever you try to challenge a police officer, that man is under the authority to first save himself.
Yeah.
So he used every force. So I mean, this should be a lesson learned that we as civilians cannot retaliate to police officers. No matter the case, that's why you have the professional standards. If a policeman does something to you, you think it is against the ethics and even against your laws, your person, you have the right to take that officer to the professional standards for questioning, and they will investigate him. And thank God we now have the RG who is putting all mechanisms in place that ruin all of the order of the day. So I will look for, like I said, I will look for that video and send it out to you. I have it.
So Thomas, do you think that after seeing all that is going on right now, do you think Mohbad Madu truly resigned from the CDC, or is a cover up to be doing stuff like that as a parade to be a civil society?
No, so what I always say on most of the posts and on the social other medias, Madu Stan is not actually like they claim to be advocate, civil rights advocate. No, they are not. I see Stan as another auxiliary of CDC, because the whole idea is when we break away, since CDC were defeated beyond that measure, they didn't think, so they decided to break out to go and create cells to see how best they can govern the people when it comes to 2029 election. This whole chicanery is just to tell the public that 2029 we are coming back. We have a group. Okay, so Stan is not claimed to be a civil society rights advocate. No, I see Stan to be an auxiliary of CDC, and that's why they have never criticized anything from the past, even some of the statements coming from past officials. They will not say anything about that. So they're in support of everything. And when I see the Youth League or CDC pledging support, come on, it's not strange. So it's not strange. So they decided to just embrace their auxiliary. But we have not left the CDC. Okay, so talking about the protest and even the lady in the police officers and the fire service. When I first, it was so funny. When I first listened to that song, I said, "Come on, what are you telling me that these guys in uniform and on camera? Yes, professional people are singing that kind of song. Even my song home, I will not allow you to sing that kind of song. Not to even talk about professional people." So when I watched the video, I saw that lady, and I knew straight there was action going to be taken against her. And you know, then today to crown it up, right? To crown it up today, the portion you just played about the guy, because when I listened to the RG reading his decision on them, I was kind of like, no, where did the guy coming from? The other police officer. I saw the fire service guy raising that song, and I saw the big demonstrating. But then what's about the other guy? What did he do? Until now, you play the second video where the guy was the first who did that, reacting to his mood. Then I said, no, I think yes.
I don't think his was too bad though. I think her action is the one that got everybody in trouble.
Yeah, but he started it.
He started it, yeah.
I think her encouragement came from what he did.
Yeah.
So she just overdid. I mean, so that's why he was caught. Because when you saw him doing a wiping in that kind of way, and so she came right away after him. And I think the decision of the IG is laudable. We must applaud him for that. It tells us that Liberia is actually moving forward, and we have been rescued, because we did not see this during the past 6 years.
Exactly.
We didn't see any action taken against police. Though there were a lot of things that people complain about the police, and even like Formula said, every regime will turn the police to be of that regime. Like people say, citizen police, and we did not see actions taking on police officers. Though they were in the wrongs, we did not see any action. So today, we must applaud the IG for the stand taken. I think going forward, it's a lesson learned.
Yeah, we should, because like you said, Formula said every something that come in, they try to label the police, and this IG is doing everything, trying to do everything to like distance himself from that such labeling, right? To show himself that he's here for everybody. He's the state police. He's not police for the political party or the president or whatever. He's there for everybody, and he's trying to get his entity to represent that. So when he saw this, and then all the they say that they're already going on out there, he said, well, you're giving these people a weapon. So say all the nonsense they're saying out there from your action. So I think what I see that they are kind of like military forces and stuff, when they're in that barracks, when they're in that area where all of them is just them, they use these words like here. I don't know about something, but outside in the public, no.
Yes.
You don't.
And they were actually outside, not even because where they were parading, it's just near the police headquarters, but that's a whole community. People live all around there, so they were out. And you must be careful what you do and what you say out. And I mean, this is where we tend to applaud the IG on a larger scale. This is not the first time. We saw the IG when he just, I think that was last year, when we saw him encountering a police officer who was driving without license. And
I remember that.
Yeah, right. He brought him to the public and said, how will you tell a driver, show me a lesson or whatever? What
when you don't have one.
So when when you don't have, you come in the police, and you think that the police, because you wear the uniform, it covers all your ugly deeds. But this under my watch will not happen. We also saw the IG. Not the IG, but we saw actions being taken on police officers who were when the no-go zone was
the motorcycle helmet thing.
Motorbike, right? They keep on the road without helmet, and we saw this restriction being, because they called them for investigation, and I think there was some actions taken against. There were 2 police officers on a motorbike, no helmet. Yeah. So this is not the first time of this IG. We need to applaud him and commend him so much. I mean, going forward, we will have professionals in the police. And I mean, to be honest with you, we have officers who are reckless. Don't get me wrong.
They don't know any better.
We have them in the force, and sometimes because they think that it's an easy ride to life, so let me go and join the police. I will harass taxi drivers. I will do this one, and I will harass the motorcyclists, the keke riders. And at the end of the day, I will get my 5 and 10 others. They do not see this as a professional life to live. you are the first citizen of the country. You need to project some civilized attitude in you. People just go to the police because they think it's easier for living. So we want to applaud the police, RG. And for the protesters, they have the right to protest. But we are just calling on our people that their protest doesn't have any iota of magnitude that will warrant people going to see the protest. Because if the protesters, they don't even have a definite position. How can you be protesting on things that happened last 6 years? Because these are the same things that the government just came to power and trying to fix.
But that's what they're being called out. Yeah.
Right, you protested against the past 6 years. Your own government, like Bobabadu, I can tell you, he said he was a party chairman. All the things that are happening, you come to today, are things that happened before.
And worse.
All the things that remained. And worse. So the government just came to power and try to fix these things. And to rescue the country, then you say first. And one of the things I hear to hear them talking about, they protesting because the government is auditing people. Come on. What are you saying?
Wow.
So they stole money, they acquire wealth, and so people should just walk away. I think the government is on the right track.
Thank you, Thomas.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, Thomas enjoyed himself because he was the only caller. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense if you see you protesting again, people being held accountable for the wrongdoing. So you want to come back to be leader of our country, to bring the whole thing back, no accountability, the stealing and everything, and anybody can just do whatever they want and walk away with it without them being accountable. Is that what you want to bring back? No, Liberian people know better now. They are moving forward. And yes, these changes, it hurt some people. But at the end of the day, we will all see it, and it will be better for everybody. Just hanging there a little bit more. That's all we're asking, right? I know some people say, oh, it's cliche. You're sitting in America, you did something and so like that, and you want to be telling people the whole because you're not here, you're not seeing this. I understand. People will say that. But everybody we have around us in the region, family, they didn't just get to where they are that we admire today. They didn't just get to where they are with food on that table or with them having champagne, and eating good and doing all of this. Sometimes it takes that sacrifices that they had to make. They had to make, to be where they're at today. They didn't just jump and get there. So if we're not, as Liberians, we're not willing to make these sacrifices. And we keep letting people that Molu then I sat there for 6 years and allowed worse things to go on and had people, little girls, children were being raped, molested, left and right. And he even came out and said something about this. Okay? Never said anything. Now today he knows Liberian people need to hold on, somebody calling. Hello, caller, what's your name and where you calling us from?
Good evening. This is Alfred Konowa, and I join you tonight from my Waterloo resident.
Tell us what's on your mind, Alfred.
I just want to say thank you so much for the show tonight. This is what we need. But there are a couple of things that I'm learning from this this quote unquote protest that is about to take place tomorrow. I think we give too much attention to this protest. That is the reason why
too much airtime,
this so-called we give these guys too much attention to the point where we shouldn't have done so, and giving them this leverage to think that they can do protests. Because this particular protest from yesterday up to now are still thinking about how can the protest is in the intention of the protest, because they keep moving the goalposts from one end to another.
Yep.
And it just tells me that the guys don't have the integrity. There's no sincerity with regards to to this quote unquote protest. But I don't blame them. The government gave them too much attention. So moving forward, I will advise the Bwagai administration that the guys know that the constitutional responsibility when it comes to protest. People want to protest, no need to give them relevant lead and let them go protest. I think it will reduce some of these guys who think that, when they talk about protest, it will make government to get some kind of knee-jerk reaction. So they say protest and government becomes so, become a nerd, so to speak, to say, oh, yeah, we're scared of protest. No. We're giving you guys too much relevance.
Well, Alfred, don't you think the government, we as the public, we are different from the government? The government cannot ignore stuff like that because they have to be there where any citizen gather to protect lives and property, right? So you don't think they have the right to give it credence?
I think the government helped Mumba Molu and all of with regards to the publicity. There was too much conversation around this protest by the government. That's the point I'm making. I am not saying that the government should ignore people when they want to protest. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that, you know, the government, in fact, the government did too much publicity with regards to the protest. Every corner you go, you see one government official talking about protest. Some of the social media outlets that we have that are propagandists of the government, they ran with this, they protest so much to the extent where it gaining traction. And moving forward, I think politically speaking, we shouldn't be giving these guys the kind of gray area to think that, you know, they are so much important, you know, that they will just get up one day and be talking about protest. Let me be clear. Protest is a constitutional right. Anybody who wants to protest, it is a constitutional right to do so, and the government should give them the opportunity to do so. What I'm saying here is that don't be giving people too much, you know, airways. Lead them to go to the protest. Maybe you can send one government official there to receive the petition, whatever way they want to deliver their message. But people will be there to receive that petition and move forward. But we're giving it too much, you know, relevant. I think it's not important because people that don't have the moral integrity to talk about, you know, they want to come and talk about the wrong things that are going on. When yesterday they were walloping in the wrong things that were going on, that he couldn't say anything. You know, so he does not have no integrity. There's no credibility in Mumba Molu to lead a protest. You know, so that's just my opinion on the issue. And let me just talk about quickly about the RG. I think the RG heart is in a good place. I watched the video of the individuals who were totally out of order. As a former officer myself, I couldn't imagine myself in that kind of situation.
Right.
Because you just disgrace your unit. Forget about the country. Your unit alone, you have just disgraced your unit. Because the uniform you carry, you're not only wearing a uniform for yourself. You are wearing it for you, your unit, the country.
Right.
So there's a lot of things that come with wearing a uniform. It's not just about, you know, just wearing, you want to be out there and for people to see you. No. It has a lot of responsibility, your action and inaction. You are very, very much immune to the uniform that you wear. So when I saw the video today, I felt so horrible. And I really love the immediate action that was taken by the police IG. I think this is the kind of leadership that we want to see in the police force. We want to see a police force that is professional. We want to see a police force that is friendly. We want to see a police force that is committed to the rule of law. That is the kind of police force we want to see. We don't want to see a police force that is, you know, should I say, call it local. We don't want to see a police force that is local. We are now in the 21st century. We want to see a police force that is professional. We want to see a police force where people can be inspired by. We want to see a police force when they appear, people get respect for them. That's the kind of police force we want to have. And I hope that Greg will continue to do the right thing. He will continue to proffer some real good ideas that will move our police force from where it is to a place. Because remember now, the people in the police, most of them experienced the Civil War. So there is some level of trauma that is with these people. Some police officers, they are very violent. And it will take a strong leader within the police service to be able to institutionalize the professionalism and the commitment to the rule of law. So that when you wear your uniform, the first thing you think about, if I do this, what is the repercussion? Is it in the right place? What is it going to do for the country, for myself, my family, and the unit that I represent? And that's why you see, I always say to you when I get on the show and I talk about my AFL experience, I always say that I'm proud to have served the armed forces of Liberia. Because the records are there. There's no history of being a army officer and going out there and just doing nonsense.
Right.
There's no history, you know. So that's the kind of police service that we want to have. You know, when you go out there, you're not only representing yourself, you're representing your family, your unit, and your country. And I want to say thank you to the police IG for taking that drastic action, and we need more action to be taken. There's too much long investigation making the people there to continue to do nonsense. Let the investigation be short. It should not be so much too long. The way he did today, the investigation should not be too long. We send people to standard division, whole day they go there, they be one person investigating, it will take 2, 3, 4 before you come to conclusion. We should make investigation short. When people do the run to spot on with you and them right there. Spot on the way he did today. You know, that's the kind of leadership we want to see. A drastic and proactive leader that will move forward.
Thank
you know, so that's what I have to say on this issue of their decision today.
Thank you, Alfred. I appreciate you. Make sure you come on tomorrow. So we can analyze the protests and get all the juice and the non-juice out of it. We can regroup.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
All right. Maybe.
So, let's go ahead and start closing.
So what a great show.
Thanks to Thomas and Alfred for calling today. They enjoyed themselves because they were the only two callers.
Guys, you already know what I always say in my closing. I always say, if you come across this later on, make sure you like, comment, and share. If possible, you can join us at any other time and share stage with us. We invite people from all aisle on every part of the world who wants to freely and independently share their opinion on issues governing our country. It is our responsibility as citizens to contribute to the discourse, because we live in the age and time now that it is always good that when issue confronting our people surface, it is our responsibility to, as young people, to sit around a table and discuss it and find remedy and in a peaceful way. Like how I always say, we should scrupulously and meticulously discuss it with logic and tolerance, and put aside our emotion. So thank you ever so much for contributing to our show. Please make sure, if you're not follow us on all social media platforms. We are on Facebook and YouTube, the Nightly Exchange. You see us there on the Liberia News. What? Liberia Today News, right? Liberia Watch News. All right, sorry. The Liberia Watch News. And we are on both Facebook and on YouTube. So at some point, we are anticipating that we're going to have relay stations in Liberia and other networks that will be sharing our work as our platform grow bigger and bigger and stronger. And do not look at the size. It's not about it. I told my friends that in time of moral uprising, we don't need a bunch of reactionary. We need convinced people. So you can join this convinced group of people so that we can continue to push the positive agenda that will move our country in the right direction. Thank you very much. Hope to see you tomorrow, and we hope that God will give us the strength that will always come here and contribute to the discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, family. We have one more caller who just decided to call. Go ahead, Momo. Say your name and where you calling from.
I'm sorry, my name is Momo Tule. I'm calling from the state of Georgia. Hey, man, I'm sorry for being so late, but I just want to, give my own analysis about this whole upcoming protest, right? So what I observed from this entire, look, the guys from the CDC, look, and I clearly listened to the other caller from Monrovia. That guy was spot on. That stand that say they are pressure group, civil society group. It's just they are just complete a subsidiary of the entire CDC. CDC had already lost relevance since they lost the elections to the Unity Party. So and then they were branded as this corrupt group of people, and no one had any respect for them anymore. Their government were being known as the kleptocratic government, and a lot of people were sanctioning that government. So at that point, a lot of Liberians had lost so much respect for them. So they had to do this sort of detour, right? You know what? Let us split up a little bit and form this sort of group that looks like a neutral group, but at the same time embedding supporters of the CDC of that rogue regime. So they kind of harbor a lot of people from that rogue regime, that call that the rogue regime of CDC, into this stand group. And but thank God that, look, this protest will sort of dig out stuff that we don't know about this group. And many people who saw this group as this perfect group, or this group who quote unquote in the interest of the ordinary people, they are fighting for justice, equality, and better living for the people. They are coming under the guise of the CDC. This is a CDC operative, right? So we already know. So and then CDC has not gotten over the fact that the June 7 protest that was headed by Henry Petty Costa, right? That protest sort of brought the government of CDC to its knees, and they have not gotten over it yet. And many of the supporters or stars of CDC felt that it was that protest headed by Henry Petty Costa that led to the beginning of the downfall of the CDC administration. But here is what they fail to realize, right? That protest was driven by the people. It wasn't because of Costa, right? Costa saw the mood in the country and took advantage of it. People in the country were already angry at what was going on. The issue of 16 billion, the issue of George Yard breaking his home down and rebuilding structure while people were in abject poverty. The citizens themselves at first hand saw that, and they were just angry. You could see there was this atmosphere, there was this feeling in the country of complete anger, by the people. The people were like, we want to do something. And then Costa being a voice in the country, he observed the entire political climate and said, you know what, this is the time I will seize the moment. And Costa seized that moment. That's how you saw that protest was very successful. Unlike the CDC, the June 7 protest, this protest is basically like the country is calm. Everyone is okay. No one is complaining that much. Yes, it is not 100%. People are not. The level of people is not up to par yet. But you can see a growing trend of calmness in the country. People are being optimistic. People know today is not okay, but you're seeing progress being made by this government. So people are not angry. So it is those guys from the CDC who felt like, they did it to us before, we want to do our own today. Again, we want to do the same thing they did to us, we will do ours. And then they are the one going around soliciting, support for this project. Who solicits support for? Who go ask people to come out? People themselves are driven by their own personal problem to come out. They themselves will actually have that feeling, it's about time, and then they just find one leader who will lead them. But unlike that, Molu is another criminal. We all know that. Molu, they say, look, it is not that the message that he's putting out there, doesn't make sense. But who is behind the message? The messenger is a criminal. So look, I just see this protest as already a failed protest, And then all the callers said that the government gave so much relevance, so much publicity that they themselves gave to their own protest. This government gave too much publicity to this protest. If the protest is successful tomorrow, I think it will be scored based on the level of publicity that was given to it by this government. But I know it's gonna this protest will fall flat on its face. Let's watch tomorrow and see. But guys, tomorrow we're gonna be on the show. We're gonna analyze the protest. We'll be right here tomorrow. Tomorrow, no sleeping. I will be up whatever time it takes so that we can dissect the protest and, and see whether it was successful or not. So thanks for listening to me, and I look forward to being on the show tomorrow.
Thank you. Yeah, so thank you guys. Thank you. I think Family had already said it all. We will start having, guests on the show. We will be arranging for government officials and other people, of entities to come on the show and, have that same. But we want to, like Family already said, we want to get a radio station up and running first, because our people in Liberia are more most of them listen to the radio because of the data situation. So that's why we have been dragging our feet about that. But this is all of our space, this community. We cannot do it on our own, right? You have to help us in this. Where we can come and have young people whenever you want to come on from the comment section or whatever, to make it, they'll have your say, to not be, intimidated by somebody or personal platform or whatever. And think this is why we created this space. And with your help, as every well-meaning Liberians, CDC, UP, all the CDA in the country, come on and have your say. Thank you. With that, we say thank you, and we will see you guys willing tomorrow. And hopefully we can start a little early from that before the people start to sleep. Hopefully we can hear you.
Hopefully tomorrow we're gonna be on here because we need to come early to set the table so that we can discuss the commentary and look at what's happening tomorrow. For me, I don't really, there's nothing really moving me so much because I'm just relaxing and I know nothing much gonna. I know there'll be a few guys then who will want to misbehave, but again, the police will exercise some restraint tomorrow, and
they have water tanks already.
Yeah,
They
I mean,
no
matter what happened, some people will just want to cross the red line.
Yeah, they have that one.
And then it's normal. If you cross a red line, what's supposed to happen to you will happen to you. Mm-hmm. And just remember the history about people who are always apprehended during protest period. They are never free by the people who carry them to go protest. Because the first people that disappear when things starts to go wrong will be the very people who say they are leaders. They will be the first people that disappear. They imagine scary men will be telling you, say, let's protect the leader, They will protect it. If a leader to disappear, then you will get a baton and pepper. I mean, so just go over there, do what you can do, chant your slogan, and because I know some of them just going over there just for the showmanship, for the picture, for the camera, to say, oh, we're part of the protest, and chant some slogan, and because nothing's not going to do.
So then we see people that are across great incident in those in protests. When you can't put them to go be student for protesting about people not coming on that campus. This is why we say the whole protest is just a charade, because when you look into it, like, then people want to, it's a constitutional right. Yeah, just because you have the right doesn't mean you should misuse it. But anyway, that's our country. They're not Liberian. That's the famous cliche that they got to say all the time. But we will be here, like we said, go out there and exercise your rights. So do whatever you want to do, but do it peacefully. That's what the right says. Do it peacefully. If you cross the line, yeah, you will see what people are going to cross the line and get. But that way, we don't want anybody getting hurt tomorrow. We don't want, because people coming in the street, bring children in the street, and then they leave them like families there. They will be the first people to run out of there and leave them in the street. We don't want anybody getting hurt tomorrow. You already worry about your soup money. Then you got to worry about hospital money, and you don't want none of that. You go there if you want to go with them. Be peaceful. Don't let them to put you into any wahala that you will be in. Y'all see the Capitol building burning story The common people then when they stay in jail for how many days? And some of them still there. The BB people then they just went there and they came back outside. Be warned. We should be wise for now. Any political party for that matter. Don't let any political leader to lead you into doing something bad against your own country. And with that formula, we say thank you, everyone. Maru, Thomas, Tommy, and everyone who are watching, who are not commenting, we cannot see you. We say thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, and Mawale. We'll talk to you guys, God's willing, tomorrow. Good night, y'all.